Hi folks, how are you doing? This is your favorite host Sjsrana reporting for May 17th at 1010 hours UTC. So we are taking a look at the sun and we see sun is directly almost facing earth and it's ready to spew CMEs and lot of flares as I've released in my past videos on May 15th and further before that sun is going to basically on a high alert release a lot of CMEs in a few days and we are expecting quakes, synchronized quakes and also a lot of space weather anomalies. So folks, I don't know, there's sort of a link there, but we see a lot of heat wave across Asia, specifically India is facing a lot of heat wave and this is crossing the limits which has been record set for over decades and decades. It's reaching new temperature rise and it's expected to continue upward trend because the global warming and the sun solar weather. Okay folks, another news on the Olympics, which is going to be very phenomenal event this year 2024 in France, Paris. And the good thing about this time the Olympics that they are going to give them with 50k US dollars along with the gold medal. So I would say rather I've added in my email earlier that it should be rather 50 plus 1k, 51k. The reason is that 1k extra is for their morale and their commitment towards the sportsmanship if they are not doing doping or something like that. So that's what is expected. We'll see how the nations will flare up. The largest population nation, India, 1.5 billion, how it will bag the Olympics gold medal, or China. So folks, anyways, let's take a brief look at my front yard. This is at about May 17th at about 2 p.m., 2:08 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. So because there's so much of heat wave, as I discussed, I even felt my car needs to have a break. So I'm going to repark my car. It takes me about 2 minutes to get it reshuffled under the shade of the tree. It's very important during this heat wave that people should keep hydrated, stay as long as inside, don't travel outside unnecessarily, okay, unless you have a specific work. Unless you have a real important work, don't roam around on streets because this is high temperature. This is mid noon, which is 2:08 p.m. India Standard Time, and it's height of heat wave. So unnecessarily people roaming on the streets, perhaps those metaphor moron criminals, what we call metaphor moron rapists, they may be seen around, but normal people, which innocents or saints, they don't have to do such things. They are only limited to scope of their work, which is important, not otherwise roaming around the streets. So there is a big difference, folks. As I have indicated in my past video, in India, metaphor moron criminals, rapists are most abundantly available visible creatures in India. I've used words moron many times, and this is not a big thing because it's indicating the inclination towards devilish. So whenever a criminal becomes a devil, they are called morons. Okay, there's no big difference about it. Anyways, folks, so keep limited to your work. Try to stay inside, stay calm, stay cool. Okay, these are my cats. Just a glimpse of, I have 3 cats, which are here, Joycey, and I have Gracie, and have on the very right hand side you see Susie. So from left it's black cat is Joycey. So it's I have my car parked in front of my front yard at my residence here. So you can see they're having good time. We had a blizzard, so there were lot of dust piling up on the surface. So folks, other matter which I have to discuss, which will be short, brief here, is identity crisis, identity sabotaging, and related to that effects I'm going to discuss first. But then later on I'll move on to the other global events which are important. Because during the time I've been covering mostly the global events on my email, on my oneworldpress.org and whatnot, but I'm not finding time to elaborate more on the identity crisis or the identity sabotaging which I'm seeing all around. So okay folks, because as you are aware, you've been knowing me for almost 12-13 years. I've been constantly updating on world events. And this is here something where when you go to Google, search by Sjsrana, you don't find the real pictures or images from Google. Yes, they're all sabotage identity. These are not real Sjsrana related to me or the tag, but these are all, you can say, impersonators or sabotaging identity peoples, mostly from India. So when you say Sjsrana with hashtag, again you have a problem with the location where it's trying to insert a location Sjsrana, which is, you can see this Uttar Pradesh thing. This is totally fake and fabricated. It's got no relation to Sjsrana, but Google is suggesting and inserting this inside to confuse people, whereas the videos after that are mine. So this is, I want to make sure that you understand how everything, everywhere, sabotaging identity against my name is going on. Everywhere you find the same phenomena. People are trying to sabotage my identity, to conceal my identity, to obscure, so that, you know, imposters, impersonators, perhaps metaphor criminals, rapists can gain attention and try to do things which they want to do. So this is a common trend which I'm finding past many years. So again, search on my Sjsrana Google, you'll find these. Well, this was ProLogic Vion 5.1 purchased by me on Amazon. I was integrating this device, this circuit board, to my ProLogic circuitry amplifier, and I find it very good. So I rate it, already rated on Amazon 4 out of 5. So this ProLogic Vion 5.1, I've used it. It's very, very, very effective. So other thing, moving on, that the identity crisis I was discussing is important. That people, at times when they become popular, they must guard their identity. It's very important to guard the identity, okay? Because people will misuse your identity. That's when you become popular. As I've seen, because I'm doing humanity work, I don't ask anything in favor, but I'm doing all work for humanity, social causes. So all my videos are related to social causes. I'm not asking any personal benefit or gain, or I'm not making money, minting money out of it. However, imposters, impersonators in India are like mushroom growth. They are all around, and you will be seeing them mostly. So again, searching by Sjsrana on Google, again, you'll find the right result. These are my images. Again, my old reporting site where I used to report, beforeitsnews.com, and you search by Sjsrana. Again, you find the right content, which is the stories from Sjsrana. Almost like I have almost like 800, 900 stories there, which I used to be reporting on alternative media. Okay, mainstream media will not catch those details. So you can see this alternative media where I've been posting for almost 2 years, from 2011, 12, and 13. From 13 onwards, I moved on from Before It's News reporting page to my on oneworldpress.org, oneworldpress.wordpress.com. However, now I have more on Instagram postings and Facebooks. So, but all these are social causes, I tell you, folk. This has got nothing to do anything very personal or something like that, but it's all social causes, warning humanity or giving alerts to humanity. That's the main purpose. As you have seen all time, I am releasing the alerts with the hashtag, and recent hashtag is MAY 2024 MRO. So that was predicted a year ago, which is in July, June 2023. So this hashtag MAY 2024 MRO is basically, I've elaborated earlier, was related to military rule organization, militia rule organization, also the metaphor rule organization. The problem with the metaphor rule organization is that once they use it for malicious purpose, nefarious purpose, then it becomes the bad intent of that same thing. Okay, folks, this is again, I'm indicating on my residence, installing a lot of electric meters, these are Wi-Fi meters I have, basically trying to report on my things. Okay, because I have recently gone through, as I indicated last time, in Bulgaria, there was a theft at my home during March 2024. So these are some official records. I've tried to report to cops, and they're investigating right now. For the matter, I have to install security locks at all my gates. So to foolproof, to theft proof, because this Bulgaria wasn't very big, but it was to a tune of about 20-30K Indian rupees. But the biggest problem was a lot of my electric components were stolen. That's the big surprise. A lot of my electric components, batteries, lithium ion batteries were stolen, almost 300, 400. That was surprising to me. There was not many major items stolen, but these things were taken off from my residence, and that surprised me a lot. It spooked me rather. It has never happened to me before. But anyways, so I had to install these digital locks you can see over here. So my cat again is enjoying on on the other side. So I've got to install these locks at my residence, and these locks are secure locks. It's a digital lock which is going to do a reporting on my Wi-Fi cell phone data. So this is very important, folks. You can see my front door, and behind this door I have this digital lock installed. It is like at least just like 2 weeks ago, just so that the bulgars, the theft people who are having eyes on my residence, I can tell you, because of this identity crisis sabotaging, lot of people which are strangers, are not residents or resident to this to the community where I live. Outsiders, strangers are hovering around. Most of the time you'll find them. 90% time it will be stranger hovering around my house, my residence. I've seen this effect in my Chandigarh house also. I guess because whatever the bounties the world leadership is trying to approach to me with something or the other, these scammers, these plunderers, these thugs are taking that as a bounty, as a goodies. And the fact, because of the middlemen involved in all those things, they are the main culprit, because for them it's like distributing is distributing to their partners, making money. So they're making money both ways, delivering and then trying to have a deal, undercut deal with the other people who are perhaps strangers, outsiders, and they are also scammers. Also with the metaphor criminal game, or metaphor raping criminal game, which I call it in India, all these middle agents who are delivery boys or delivery agents are again having an undercut deal, under table deal with the rapists, professional rapists, perverts, pedophiles, that they will 99.9% deliver whatever the things are, females or girls, whatever, to the goons or to the professional rapists. That's the deal they have, the middleman and the end user. So I know all these things a lot. I've been trying to tell, but see, since I'm not interested, because I have always boycotted. I have told you a number of times, saints have always rejected all India sex trafficking rules, regulations, and agencies, delivery of female at night hours. Saints have always rejected. I've told you a number of times. So last 5, 7, 8 years, I've been just fighting this uphill battle, trying to tell that delivery of females under the metaphor raping phenomena of India guidelines and regulations, saints have always rejected. So I've always rejected. I've never accepted a single delivery, because I know these things from what I can see from a CCTV. Okay, folks. So CCTV reveals to me, otherwise I don't get time. I don't get time even for 2 or 3 minutes to stand outside. I don't have that much of time. I am 99% busy in my spiritual practice, 99% of my time. I hardly get time to eat my food at times. I just take some beverages like tea, coffee, occasionally, or Coca-Cola or something like that, soda drinks, pop drinks. But I don't get time, because my focus is on spirituality. My focus is on updating the world events to people, humanity, so they get benefit. As you have seen many times, I have updated and pre-alerted on major quakes, on tsunamis, on major events of the world which will change. Even I predicted the pandemic of 2020, which was COVID-19 pandemic. Before even pandemic started, I predicted in October, November 2019 that 2020 will be the catastrophic year. We'll see a lot of catastrophe. We'll see a lot of fatalities. And I posted on Twitter, which is now known as X. Okay, Twitter I posted, and Twitter suspended my account, because they were so bizarre that how come you can predict that there'll be thousands and thousands and millions of fatalities in 2020. They completely blocked my account on Twitter under the handle Sjsrana. Can you imagine that? And I asked them 2 3 times to appeal to see there is nothing wrong content. I'm just trying to predict that this is going to happen, but they didn't listen. Anyways, folks, the event did happen. We see in 2020 around May, it was peak of fatalities. All around people were worried. They were scared like hell. Everybody was hiding inside the house. Predators, pedophiles, sex trafficking agents, criminals, all were hiding inside. And only what you will see outside were patients or people who had some urgent work. So that's how it happens, folks. These people, predators, pedophiles, spammers, scammers or imposters, impersonators are very tricky people. First of all, they're most fearful of their own life, but they are willing to take or disadvantage the other people's life, or they're going to make a mess of life of females and girls. Anyways, folks, moving on. My major topic here is the quantum internet. As you can see, I have reported in my past video on the on May 15th on my past release that quantum chips developed by China are really a leap ahead, quantum leap ahead, because with 504 qubits, okay, they can achieve marvelous scintillating performance, bypassing supercomputing, what we have known in binary world. So in qubits with 504 in a single chip is marvelous from China. Now China is also moving ahead quantum leap with the quantum internet event. And if this is there, I tell you, this is going to change the way we are connected. This quantum internet will be most secure and will be ultra high speed, which is going to give way beyond access to humanity for artificial intelligence. And with qubits 504 on a single chip and quantum internet, if it's integrated together, folks, you can expect general AI, okay, which is GAI, which is general AI. And this general AI is much more in demand now, and people are looking forward to that, because that's the fifth stage in our artificial intelligence. We are at stage 3, almost crossing and entering stage 4 of artificial intelligence, but with GAI, given with the quantum internet and with quantum computing, we will be almost there, folks. And that's what we are looking forward for. And hopefully, I see that in 5 to 10 years down the line, perhaps sooner. So another big event happening in Asia is the Putin, president of Russia, visiting China, meeting with President Xi of China. That has been very phenomenal event, and we see that because a lot of turmoil in the war industry is going on, as China is also facing some threat because it wants to have Taiwan reunification or to the China mainland, and also Russia is engaged with the war with Ukraine, as we are all aware, for almost 2 years now. And these two powers, which are superpowers in Asia, okay, superpowers in Asia are China and Russia only. India is nowhere close to superpower. India has yet to develop the weaponry, and it will take 10 years more ahead to them to come, maybe perhaps to superpower. So, because China has hypersonic missiles, Russia has hypersonic technology. China has as lunar base. It has started developing lunar base. Russia has already was the first one to probe lunar, which is with the Sputnik, was the first launch of satellite to explore moon. So these two nations, you can call big brothers, are coming together and trying to forge some relationship. However, with the advent of all the world events and NATO and everything engaged in war, I think both Russia and China faces major threat, and threat from NATO, threat from the Western allies, specifically leading the US, UK, Australia. These are going to be major adversaries to both the nations, and that's why we see them forging more relationships. So, anyways, folks, this will be a good event to see, and also going forward, the as I've indicated, the heat wave will continue to spike. So that's where the preparation for global climate cooperation is required. I think with the recent meeting of Putin with China, they could have something to add on cooling down the global warming, or to have something added on for the climate control. Because China is known as the best industrial producer, and it's the biggest supplier of industrial goods. Mostly, like it's leading in solar chips and solar, plates. So we'll see something happening here. Right now, the China is pledging to provide more weapon support or weapon chips export to Russia. That's the deal they may have now. Okay, moving forward, India stocks set for biggest FII outflows in a year. Almost 3.5 billion US dollar has evaporated from India stock markets in May alone. Okay, in May alone, India FII has pulled up 3.5 billion US dollars from India market. So I see forward because it's under the prediction which I've given hashtag MAY 2024 MRO. These predictions are picked by international leadership everywhere and all the international communities which understand the gravity of my predictions. However, the India having largest hate mongers or hate criminals, they basically hate the truth tellers. I've been telling you all along, in India, people hate the people who are telling truth. They have always hate crimes against the truth tellers, against the humanity guardians. They always have the hate crime. They don't want to greet them with open arms that, oh, you are working for humanity. Because I keep repeating, 8 out of 10 India population is downright corrupt, mostly morally, ethically bankrupt, pathological liars. Yes, folks, pathological liars. People in India don't fear telling lies. They will simply suppress with tellers. This is basically folks that take place on reporting. These are some of my glimpses of chess where I've come to see. Okay, folks, take a lead from here, and I'll be moving on to the next movie and the next series. And this is the end. Hey Google, what is sex trafficking of India?
According to Wikipedia, men, women, and children are trafficked in India for diverse reasons. Women and girls are trafficked within the country for the purposes of commercial sexual exploitation and forced marriage, especially in those areas where the sex ratio is highly skewed in favor of men.
Hey Google, what is human trafficking of India?
On the website loksabhadocs.nic.in, they say women and children are generally trafficked for begging, organ trade, drug smuggling, bonded labor, domestic work, agricultural labor, construction work, carpet industry, forced prostitution, sex tourism, pornography, and also for entertainment and sports, which include beer bars, camel jockey, and circus troops.
Hey Google, my phone numbers?
You have the following phone numbers in your Google account. First, 070733 57947, and second, 089681 07947. You can manage your phone numbers at myaccount.google.com.